Well, I don't typically do this, but here we are. This is insane to me. I knew that there was like flooding, and I knew it was bad, and I knew that a lot of stuff happened. But like, bro, because I used to live in Texas. You know what I mean? Like, I am making a video, and I feel like I can't even make a video. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I don't. I'm stuck between like, I don't really do the whole drama shtick, but it's like this is egregious. This isn't even like one of those clickbait things. This is like one of those things where it's like someone has to stop these fucking people, bro. I didn't know anything about this, but apparently there is just a group of people that are saying things that are so fucking insane. I don't get how none of them are banned. Like on whatever platform, I don't care what it is, they need to be banned. That's crazy. Like you can't say this kind of shit, dude. But apparently they are.
Yeah, you guys may recall Destiny, who I'm going to talk about extensively in this video. So he did the whole thing, right? Like he's making fun of children. I'll show you what I responded to him with actually shortly. All right, so I just filmed the Destiny portion of the video because I knew I could do him and not like, get mad, like not like actually like lose my shit completely, because I knew that I would lose my shit if I showed this first and then talked about.
I feel that bad for this guy specifically because he is trying to do his thing and he's trying to like keep it calm and collective and trying to like not be weird or like say bad shit like everyone apparently like they're all allowed to do and get away with.
About the other, women where I'm actually gonna like lose it, like because Destiny's trolling, just to be clear. Like he's just like a person, he's just like a sociopath who like kind of knows he can get a rise out of people.
I don't think he is trolling. I think there's trolling and then there's what he's doing, which is you guys aren't ready for it. You guys aren't ready for it.
And also, I have him by the balls, dude. I have information about him where say whatever you want, dude. You know what I'm going to say back every single time, right? You already know what I'm going to say back every single time. So you guys can look for that at the back half of the video because I already recorded it. All right, so now let's look at this though, okay?
And that Destiny dude, I mean, he's been involved in a lot more shit because when I was going to look up and see what he actually said, there was like tons of like different shit that he's done. I'm blown away that I'm scared sometimes to like cuss too much in my video or I'm worried about like the people watching saying like the wrong thing and alienating people or making someone feel bad and I don't realize it, right? I'm worried about that. This dude's actually out there like getting away with like the worst shit.
One of the most like,
look how bad this is.
This is
that's where they.
Okay, so this is a picture of the actual cabin where all the girls were swept away. This is where they were all sleeping. And the water ripped through there and took all of them. Okay, so this is them. These are the kids that were in that cabin who are all dead.
Bro, I'm just picturing like you're asleep and then all of a sudden like people just have no empathy for each other. Like I don't even know if I'm going to put this video out as I'm recording it. But if I do, just understand the kind of shit that he says, and I guess he put it at the end of this video, is so fucking insane, dude. And these are all like little girls, completely innocent. They're just trying to go to a camp and have fun. And there's people saying wild shit. He's got multiple people in this video saying
that's
wild
what we're
shit.
talking about here.
I don't get it, dude.
These girls, these girls, not random numbers on a screen. these girls, these baby little Christian girls who were at a camp, okay? Swept away, dead, okay? Which is why my language is probably going to sound the way that it does when we look at this. I'm going to need a word. I'm going to need a word to replace the word that rhymes with bunt and starts with a C, because every time that I look at one of these chicks, that's the word that is going to come out if I don't like stop myself. And that's an instant demonetization on YouTube. So bunt is going to serve as that word. So this
crazy.
This fucking bunt right here. She was the former Houston mayoral appointee. She said, consequences for what? Maybe it was God's will to wash them little bunts away, is what she said.
Crazy.
I'm just going to get off of her because I'm going to say things that I really shouldn't. But her life's over now, you know. Like her life is over. She's fired, denounced, disgraced, as it should be, you know. And then this woman, okay,
you know, these are children. Like, I get that if you're an adult and you've got like a political leaning, you're putting all of that on kids. Like, kids aren't racist. Kids don't have a political leaning. Kids barely even know who they are, let alone what their stance is on a bunch of shit that you don't agree with. Like, you know, they barely even know the difference between right and wrong. And to put that on kids is just insane to me. Like, I didn't know any of this was going on.
This is the woman, she's a pediatrician in Texas. Okay? This is a pediatrician in Texas. So she got fired. But let me show you what she said. She got fired for a pediatrician, dude. She works with, crazy. She's a child doctor. She's a child doctor.
Political shit.
And this bunt, God, it just doesn't hit the same, dude. Like it feels like you know, like it feels like someone is like taunting me and I'm sparring, you know, like it feels like someone's taunting me and then like I throw a shot and it just like barely kind of like grazes their head. Like when I'm mad, like I really want to land hard and it just kind of great, you know, that feeling where you're all, and like it leaves you kind of feeling like empty inside. That's what calling her a bunt does for me. Anyway, pediatrician fire. So a pediatrician has been fired over a vile post suggesting that more than 80 killed in the horrific Texas floods, including dozens of kids, were President Trump supporters who got what they voted for.
And what does flooding have to do with voting for Trump? What does a natural disaster have to do with voting for Trump? Would those kids not have been at that camp if Trump wasn't elected? Like, what do you mean, dude?
Dr. Christina
How
B.
does that
Probst,
even make sense?
Drew widespread scorn following the disparaging, since-deleted post under her old Facebook name, Christina. May all visitors' children... May all visitors' children, non-MAGA voters, and pets be safe and dry. Oh, I guess she did at least, like, you know, she did, I guess, like, identify, like, she's hoping for children to be dry. You know, I would imagine that was probably her defense for this, which makes me laugh my ass off. Imagining this one, like, so you see her little, like, smug face right here? You know, this is her, like, smug face. Yeah, I'm a child pediatrician. I'm a good person. You're like, no, you're not. I want you to picture this smug face in the meeting when she got fired and her begging for her fucking job, begging for her job, trying to explain herself. Okay. So picture her face. No, it was a momentary lapse. It was like, and I want you to imagine what she's dealing with right now. Okay. Right now, imagining what her future prospects are, you know, like what are your future, who's going to hire you?
Like the fact that you're saying this in places and especially like where it happened, like I can't even imagine if that stuff had happened, like with the Katrina shit, you'd get your fucking ass beaten in, like, for sure.
Oh, here, let's just Google her. Like, oh, so Dr. Christina Probst. Oh, she's a doctor, you know, applying for a job. So let's Google her. Oh, she's the one who publicly got fired for dancing on the graves of dead 7-year-olds. So, hey, good luck in your job search, you fucking bunt.
Well,
okay.
I mean, I hate to say it.
Enjoy.
She could go to California.
This is what you deserve. This is this is what you deserve. This is what I'm saying, dude. Like, we can go back and forth all day long, dude. We can go back and forth all day long with this stuff. And the reality is, it's them. They live in a world that is not real. Crazy, okay, or they're saying, oh, all these MAGA people, whatever. Show me. Like, show me. Show me a big MAGA influencer or a big Trump supporting like influencer who's ever said anything like what you are saying here. You know what I mean? Like, just go ahead. Find me like when the fires were burning and there were like dead kids and the people were like, ha ha, they're Democrat kids. Just go ahead. Show me one. Oh, none? Right.
That's
I know.
Crazy. Yeah. I mean, he's not wrong.
Okay. Let's listen to this. Let's listen to this person.
Say it because y'all scary as fuck and I don't give a damn. Them little girls, them people died because of racism, not politics. Boom, I said it. I don't give a fuck.
What the fuck?
And I said no. Nope. Because more YT people will have to DIE in order for motherfuckers to what? CARE. I said what the fuck I said. I don't give a fuck and minds are here with me. We voted the correct way. You reap what the fuck you sow.
What does that have to do with anything, bro? Racism killed the kids? Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was the fucking natural disaster that literally came through the cabin and fucking drowned a bunch of children, dude. Dude, people like this are fucking insane, dude. And this is what I get for going on the internet. This is what I get. A happy little time, focusing on myself, and then I see shit like this, and I'm like, wow, this needs to be fucking everywhere. Like, this needs to be spread everywhere.
Hey, I reek what I sow, you fucking moron. I have an idea. How about you go back to your school and ask them how come you don't know how to fucking talk? Okay, how about that? Okay? Because I feel like people would be a little bit more compelled by your arguments if you knew how to speak English. I had to cut off about 30 seconds of stuff I said. I told you I'm not good at these ones, man. Not good at these. Let's continue listening to this
a big enough
evil,
insult.
Psychotic lunatic.
Just the night before the flash flood happened, y'all were okay with motherfuckers being stripped away from their motherfucking families and never seeing them again. People being deported. Y'all were okay with that.
Oh yeah. I remember when the reason I wanted people deported was because I wanted their families broken up, as opposed to all of us being like, hey, if you want to come to America, you have to like register like everyone else.
I don't like this narrative that the people control. Okay? The people don't control shit. If Trump gets in office, okay, and whether you voted for him or not, if Trump is in office and all these lawmakers are voting, like, what do you mean? Like, what do we control? We talked about it for years about how people don't have any power. We don't have any, say so. And we feel like our vote doesn't count. And all of a sudden, no, it does count. And you do have power and you could stop anything. It's like, can we? I don't feel like we motherfucking can. I feel like the FBI, and I get it. Some people might be controversial to this, but the FBI was weaponized, especially against people like the mob. And I get what you're saying. That's a criminal organization. They should be weaponized against those people. Yeah, but it didn't stop there. The mob was a reason, and then once they got the green light, they were weaponized. Like, the FBI got weaponized, especially from like the 90s to the 2010s, especially. And then you pull it all the way back to Capone, where they got the green light to go shoot people down. And guess what? Not all of them were innocent. So but to say that you're regular people just walking around, that, it's your fault, and like, bro, you're telling me all of these kids had families that voted for Trump? You're telling me these kids are responsible for your political beliefs, and like, dude, and yeah, it's like if you're in the country and you're illegal, we didn't do that either. We don't control who enters the country illegally. Like, where is the responsibility to the persons that do the thing? Like, where's the responsibility to the person? Like, could you have not had your family wherever you were before you came here illegally? Could they have not had their family there? You know what I'm saying? It's like breaking up families. It's like, if I had to trace like how the family got broken up, it's like, so you brought them here and then you did it illegally and then you got broken up. And then they're saying, well, that's the responsibility of people who voted for Trump. And it's like, dude, I don't think any of us control the law. We don't have any vote in the Senate. We don't have any vote in Congress. You know, most of these politicians just lie to get in and then don't ever represent the people. And there's barely any consequences for most of their actions. Like, to say that just regular people are to blame for shit that's crazy to me. And my blood pressure, bro.
Can't just like sneak underneath the fence, okay, and then just stay here forever. Like, that's against the law. There's a reason we have the laws. I know this is really hard for you to understand. Like, I know it's super hard because no one ever told you no, or like, I don't know what. I don't know.
Well,
but civilization's wrong.
No one ever gave them a choice. I feel like most of these people that think like this and act like this just weren't raised by any sort of parent that give a shit about them, like, at all. You know, I was raised by my grandmother and she didn't have to do that. But some of the stuff that she taught me and the way my uncle raised me, it was basically, my uncle was like my dad and my mother was like my mother was basically my grandmother. And, you know, I got raised by them and I got taught by them. And if it wasn't for them, I might have turned out to be probably a pretty shitty person, because everyone else that was revolving around my life was, you know, selfish and greedy and fucking annoying and addicts and people that were just not good people. And then every time I think about how I had to get up every single day and fucking live in that world and how I just desperately wanted to claw my way out of it, I just think about the people who sacrificed every single moment of their time for me that they didn't have to. And those people are dead now. And I think about that every day. But I feel like there's no way in hell that people can grow up like that and have that in their life. There's no way. There's absolutely no way. There's no way that this bitch had anyone like that in her life. And while that is sad, it is still her life. Because I could have still chose to be a bad person, and I fucking wake up every day and don't. I don't think that these people deserve a medal for, you know, waking up every day, doing bad, and then deciding to change. I think you could have done that in the beginning and stop hurting people. Like, this shit is crazy, dude.
Rules, right? So it's like, oh, okay, well, you can come to America. It's just like, if you want to stay, you know, you want to stay for longer than like a week or whatever, you need to file paperwork. They're like, well, we want to just sneak under your fence. You're all, and then what? They're all, then just stay forever. You're like, okay, well, you can't do that. Well, come on. We walked all this way. We just want to sneak under the fence and stay forever. You're all right, but you can't, right? And then, so then when we catch them 2 years later and we're all, okay, you got to go home, dude. You snuck under the fence. Like, you obviously know that's not how we do things. You snuck under the fence. You got to go home. They're, oh my God, these monsters. They're tearing them apart. They're tearing apart their families. Oh, yeah, because we're doing that to hurt their families. They snuck under the fence, you stupid fucking moron.
I mean, most of the time they don't.
Jesus. It's embarrassing. And I do feel for those families.
They just fucking walk right through. Like, it's...
For the record. And I've even said, I would like to focus on people with criminal records, so on and so forth. If people are here and they're doing the right thing, here's what I think you should do. You should go to hotels, manufacturing centers, all those things where they're actually working, and show them how to get up to date with their paperwork. Okay. If they've demonstrated that they're a person who's like working and doing whatever, instead of just raiding them and deporting them, you should give them the opportunity to do the paperwork correctly, because they've already demonstrated that they want to come here and work. Fine. And then if they don't do it in 2 weeks, then you grab them and you ship them home. Would you have a problem with that, sweetheart? Because you're going to break up their family.
Be okay with not finding Sarah Lou. Be okay with not finding Billy. Be okay with never seeing them again. Keep that same energy because I'm here for it. I am so here for it.
I'm in, dude.
I know how he feels.
Oh my God, I was going to do it again.
This is the exact same situation when you have those people who only care about themselves and they look for any fucking reason to put blame or like causality on other people. Like, oh, you care now. You know, that kind of energy. And it's like, dude, I think most people always care. I think what happened to those kids is fucking tragedy, but like to take that and use it as a personality builder and to take that, like, dude, I don't know what people are on, but they need to stop smoking it. I have never been on any substance, and I've been sober my whole life, and I feel like part of that is just ruining me. Part of that is just absolutely ruining me, having to stay sober in a world where people like this exist.
Man, there are situations I'm not cut out for, dude, and like I'm glad that these people don't ever say shit. Like I'm glad that there's not like a situation where, you know, you put me in person with these people and then they try to do this song and dance, because like I would not last long on that tour. Whatever that tour is, like I would put a shin through these people's faces. Her being a girl would stop mattering pretty fucking fast if she kept talking like this. Like I'd be like, I can't hit a girl, dude, but like you put your hand back like this and you're gloating, you know, you're sitting there like kind of gloating about this situation, you know, like I'm going to forget you're a girl here. Okay. The first one, I'm like, I'll probably open-handed slap her once, you know, like just really hard. Like just, I mean, like actually open-hand slap her like as hard as I can and be like, that's probably the end of my career right there. Right. You know, I mean, like on the tour or whatnot. But, you know, I look at a thing like this and I'm not sure that's enough, you know. I'm not sure if that's enough. I feel like maybe they deserve a little bit more than that, you know. I'm actually not even going to finish her because she is not worth my fucking time. So I'm going to go ahead and just move over to Destiny, who made a bunch of posts about these kids. And also,
I don't blame him. I don't blame him. I mean, good God.
You need to go to X and follow me on X, Real Jesse on Fire, and also go to Instagram and follow me on Instagram. Okay, like I use them differently
for this, and just, you know, what he's saying, and you guys can go over to it.
But I do use them. So Instagram, X, Real Instagram, Real Jesse on Fire, X, Real Jesse on Fire. Go check them out. Now let's talk Destiny. So let me read you this and then I'll show you who Destiny is. So this is Destiny saying, don't ever forget, these are the same people who want to tell you, quote, jokes are back when they're laughing it up over families being destroyed via deportation. Laughing it up, dude. That's funny. I mean, I can only speak for myself, but good luck finding a clip of me laughing over families being broken up. LGBT getting kicked out of the military.
And why are they being kicked out of the military?
Oh, yeah. Hey. Go. I mean, again, I make a lot of...
The thing was that they wanted white people to join the military and people who voted for Trump. So they're getting kicked out of the military and this is a bad thing now? They need to get their messaging straight across the board, because it's like some of them care about different things, but it all contradicts each other. Like every time I get in an argument or I talk to one of these people, it feels like it all just like completely contradicts each other. Like there's so many different issues.
Jokes, I say a lot of shit. Go find something where I was disrespectful about that. Go find something where I was laughing at them, making fun of them. Oh, you can't? Right, because I'm a better person than you, guy. Friends being murdered in Ukraine by a genocidal maniac, all because they're too spineless to break with the inhuman machine that is MAGA. Okay. Don't ever let these vermin...
that one either. Saying that people are celebrating people being murdered over there in that war. What does that have to do with Trump? What does that have to do with anything? Haven't we been giving them aid? Didn't we give them like a shitload of aid? Didn't we help them? We helped Ukraine. Like, that happened. The US has helped Ukraine. And if they died, we don't control the world, bro. That's crazy to think that we can just control every single country. We should not be allowed to control every single country.
And bully you into civility while they hide behind their veneer of cruelties. Okay.
Also, these cruelties, like, are representative of not people, not regular people. I'm pretty sure when you have biker gangs that have more empathy than these people going around and helping, women that get beat up and children that are homeless, and literally just like this, talking about LGBT, TQ plus whatever they want to call it, literal biker gangs running rallies just for them to raise money for their causes. I guess they don't realize that not all of those people are people of color. Like, those are white dudes. There's a lot of white dudes that raise a lot of money for black causes, gay causes, and so on. That's crazy.
And then here's one of the things that he said also about the kids, because he's saying like, "Oh my God, they're clutching their pearls because I said something nasty."
I thought the government's position, the U.S.'s position, was Putin bad, help Ukraine. I'm confused.
About dead children. Well, guess what? So, let me show you who he is. So if you don't know who Destiny is, though, this is him. Okay. So I'll just play a little bit of this for you. Right. And then, just so you could put a face and, voice with the person who's making fun of dead kids. And then we'll talk about him, who he is, like, how you should respond to him when it comes to this thing. And we'll go from there.
Announces forming of America Party and further break from Trump. Who could have ever guessed? The friendship timelines are like so accelerated with this dude.
So if you look in the back of his room, and you see like, oh, wow, he has all these guns back there, dude. I guess that means that no one should point out that in a fist fight, he has no chance of winning, like, ever, against literally anyone. I think that's honestly what he's doing there. Like, I really believe that. Okay. Like, he's got some guns. I have probably 4 times as many as that, but like, or 5 even maybe. I don't know. It's neither here nor there. He's displaying them, though, because he knows he is constantly saying things where people would beat the shit out of him if he said it in person. So he's like, hey, here are the guns. He's like, so, before you even say, like, you beat me up, like, I have lots of guns. It's like, yeah, I have lots too, dude. You going to shoot me, guy? Scary.
I think this kind of detracts.
But let's just actually go through this, though, right? So, here is what he posted. And before I get into what an absolute degenerate, like, sick person this guy is, I just want to point out he's also an absolute fucking genius, okay? Like, and I mean that seriously. It's unfortunate that he and I have to be on opposite ends of the world, because I actually have a lot of respect for what he does in terms of his ability to gain attention. It's brilliant, honestly.
It's not brilliant. Okay? It's devastating and ridiculous, and quite frankly, I don't see how it's not borderline illegal.
Like here, right? He says, I heard God killed those kids because they were using NordVPN promo code Destiny to get around the Texas corn ban. So when I read that, I was like, wow, like, you guys saw the video that I did about the missing, the missing 27 missing girls, 7 years old. Like, I had my daughter on, remember? And, I can't think of a more demented thing that a person could do than to make fun of dead kids. But then I realized he knows this is going to get him tremendous attention on X. He baits the conservatives. This is what he does, okay? And he has absolutely no morals or ethics whatsoever. He doesn't care, okay? Like, he actually genuinely doesn't care. But you know what the thing is, though? is there's one thing he does care about, right? Like, he doesn't care if he says like, oh, a firefighter got his head blown off and, you know, his corpse landed on his wife and his daughter, you know, like scarring them for life. Like, he doesn't care about making fun of that. He doesn't care about making fun of dead children. This is not real to him. Okay. Like, he lives in like internet land, right? He doesn't care. Wild, he knows that he'll get a reaction from the MAGA people.
Like, I constantly
thing is, though, and I would
about what I say and how it can be misinterpreted and who's listening and who those people might be, because I think that my channel is for everybody. I don't think it should be for one specific people. I don't think that, you know, even the political stuff should be separative. I think that the you know, my main purpose of my channel is, you know, talk about things I love and share that with other people. But I realize that, you know, this video is maybe not representative of that, but I do think that every time I talk, it is like, you know, I get that you guys are real people. I get that you're out there just trying to enjoy your day, or you're interested in what's happening and you don't want to read some shitty AI written article, and it's just easy to connect with a real person who actually shares the same feelings about stuff and, you know, actually gives a shit, you know, that, you know, wants you to watch them, you know. And it just crazy to me that some of these people who are the most famous don't give a fuck what happens to anyone but themselves. And even then they claim they don't care about themselves either. But man, it's just wild.
Encourage all of you to go follow me on X and then go retweet this response. Okay. I think there's something he doesn't really love when people talk about, which would be, here's what I said back to him. I said, you should retire from comedy and focus your time on what you're best at. Finding teenagers you can confess to about fantasizing about, quote, child concubines that only exist to pleasure you. Demented kitty fucker, degenerate meth head. You should make jokes about dead kids in person. Then at least I'll respect your moxie once you're released from the hospital. It's one of those things that's like, you know, the guy said in writing, okay, to some girl he's gooning with, that he fantasizes about a young child that only exists to pleasure him. So, you know, if he wants to talk about like, oh, the MAGA. I don't
understand how these people can't be banned. I don't understand why these people can get away with shit just because they have money, just because people think that listen to them. I think even just hearing that, my stomach went into knots, dude. Like, I feel unwell. I don't get why, if someone has money, like, I'm going to tell you right now, if my channel ever does really well and I have money, there's no way in fucking hell that I change how I treat people or how I view the world. I don't care. I don't care about all that. The way I was raised and the stuff that I put up with, I think everyone deserves something. Like, everyone deserves some kind of peace. And I think that there's bad people out there trying to destroy that 24/7. I think it's disgusting, man. You know, it's like there's a lot of good people, but what do they get for being good except for, like, you know, beat up, made fun of? People are passionate about stuff. You know, they're put in the corner. They're absolutely sat there and told that they're losers for caring about things, that they're losers for giving a shit. And the reality is, like, I find it disgusting because, like, so what? We're just here to suffer? And most of these bad people that we talk about are here to make sure that we suffer, and they get away with everything. And this is why, and I don't give a fuck what someone's opinion is about this. If there was more people who cared about stuff and enjoyed stuff and didn't care what people think, there'd be a lot less school shootings. I think a lot of these kids get absolutely bullied. And I'm not saying that that should excuse their actions. They definitely should be thrown in prison, you know, for the foreseeable future. If they did something like that, or if they exited themselves, then it is what it is, you know. But I do think that, would we be as bad in that situation if we had people who would just step up and like really put their foot down and push back on this bullshit? I don't think we would. I think we'd have a safer place. I think we'd find out a lot of these people just, you know, wanted a friend, just wanted someone to talk to, didn't want to feel alienated, you know? And I've been there. I've been one of these people. And I could have turned out bad, but you know what? I didn't. I just, every time I see shit like this, I don't get why money or why popularity means that you can say and do things that destroy people's lives or devastate people mentally, and get people, you know, because some of the stuff we say that, oh, well, it's just words, but like, no, they have fans, and those fans go after these people. Like, it's not just words, as they could go after their entire lives. And thankfully, I'm in a position where I don't have to care about that. But at the same time, it's like, man,
guys, or the blah blah blah, we want to talk about Epstein list, whatever he wants to talk about. It's like, yeah, but you fantasize about little kids that you can, you know, put your hands on, or your, you know what I mean? So like, you can't win. Like, you literally, you can't win.
and if there's proof,
There's
of
no
that,
winning here.
I don't
okay?
see why
There's no winning.
any platform.
You can't win. You are a person who fantasizes about children. Okay? Like, you are the scum of the earth. Like, the absolute scum of the earth. And also, who would put that in writing? You fucking moron. You fucking moron. You are the stupidest person on earth, dude. You sitting there at home, you know, stroking it, talking to your girl on Discord. You're all, ooh, you know, I would just, God, I'm all worked up. I'm going to tell her my deepest secrets. You know, I do fantasize about a kitty, like a kitty concubine that, like, I could have, you know, do dirty things with, you know, like, and that's their only purpose in life. She's all, wow, tell me everything, Destiny. He's all, I've got even worse stuff. I bet you do. He's like, let me put it in writing. You fucking idiot, moron. Okay? You can pretend to be smart all day.
I don't think
you're
he's
an idiot.
I think he got away with it. I think it doesn't matter that he says it. I think he's alive. I think he's well. I think he's not in prison. I think he still has a platform. I think he still makes tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And I think it hasn't affected him at all. He looks like he's doing fucking fantastic. So I get that this guy's mad, but it is not. It's absolutely not the insults he thinks it is, because what happened to the guy? You know, there's people that get false allegations that lose their entire everything. This guy, who knows what he's done? He knows he can get away with it. Like,
okay? And you're also a person who fantasizes about kids. So, again, I do understand that he doesn't care about kids. You know, like, you know what I mean? It's like, you go, what does Jesse actually stand for? It's like, well, when these kids went missing, he brought his 7-year-old daughter onto the show to be like, can you imagine if this little baby was missing? It's like, that's what hey, what about you, Destiny? He's like, wait, doesn't he have a kid? He's all, yeah, but he's not in his life. You're all, oh, shocker. Oh, he has a kid and he's not in his life? Weird. And then, well, how does he feel?
I think that's a good thing, I think that's a great thing. I don't think that's
about young girls. They're like, oh, well, he wants to them, you know, like, that's what he would be into. He's said it openly.
I don't
like,
think you should
when he
let
sees
someone
little
like that essentially teach, or like, even if it is his child, shape the mind of someone, even if it's their own kid, like that.
Girls, he thinks about banging them. So we'll just leave it at that, you know. We'll just leave it at that. So anytime Destiny says anything to anyone, remember, you just respond with, you fantasize about children and you put it in writing. Okay? So,
and then we also have this one over here. This picture. Maybe the kids weren't fit for camping near a river if they couldn't swim. Like, bro. You know, it wasn't just kids who died. A lot of people died. Like, I don't know why life, like, just because you think that your life sucks or you like to destroy other people, I don't know why you think that other people don't care about their lives. Some people actually genuinely love having a family. Some people genuinely love their jobs. People genuinely enjoy doing things and, you know, just being a regular person. And then people like this are just, they're allowed to do shit like this just with impunity. I think it's crazy. I think it's absolutely nuts. It's very hard making this video. It's very hard keeping my composure. It's very hard not feeling some type of way. Also, this is Jesse on Fire. I will get this link onto this video in the description. And if you like him, go over there, subscribe. And I reply to every single comment. I say this every video. I reply to every single comment. If you comment, I will reply. And you know what? Honestly, if you've watched it this long, YouTube is going to show you more of my videos. I would love for you to, you know, not every video is like this though, not at all. But I would love for you to jump over there and, you know, become part of whatever this thing is I'm doing. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.